This is the Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Southtown Hyundai. Check out the Southtown Hyundai Advantage at southtownhyundai.ca.
Underrated. Getting the Wordle on the 5th or 6th try.
I prefer like the third.
No. People that brag about getting the Wordle on the 1st or 2nd or 3rd try, you guessed. Whereas I'm over here sweating with my very last chance to get the word. I am hustling. I am guessing. I am putting in random words to find more letters.
Yeah.
It's a more intense game for people who make it to the end. Now, this is what's crazy to me. There are people out there that are still asking, what's Wordle?
Yeah, just go to the website. Try it once. You'll be hooked.
Well, that's the thing is people assume it's an app. And there is an app, but that's a knockoff. Somebody stole the idea. No, Wordle.com. It's a daily thing where you figure out the word of the day, and it's the same word for all of us. So that's why it makes it fun. It's like, did you get it today?
Yeah.
It's a fun game. And I think it's something that all of our parents would love. And they're not on the Wordle train yet. So spread the word.
Yeah, they're like www what?
HTTPS. Yeah, so I'm sick of people bragging that they got it on the 2nd try. It's like, okay, sweet.
I have a 29-day streak going, and I was bragging to my buddy, and then he pulls out his phone. 43-day streak. I'm like, what? We weren't even playing this 43 days ago.
Yeah, it's a competitive market.
Best of luck as you grind it out. You got it done today on the last try?
On the very last try.
I don't know if that's a brag-worthy thing.
Yes, it is, because I try so hard to get it, and I always do.
We actually call you a bottom feeder, like the Wordle crew that I roll with. If you're just picking up...
roll with a Wordle crew. You literally hang out with me. That's it. I am your Wordle crew.
Well, I think you're a bottom feeder.
Okay.
As people look to return back to the office, very likely tomorrow, in most cases, you have a warning for them.
Yeah, nothing works. It's really been a very small amount of people that have stayed at the office throughout the pandemic, I'm sure, depending on, obviously, your career.
Yeah.
But for us personally, yes, the entire office is coming back as of tomorrow, March 1st. The toilets are running. The vending machine is broken and empty. The creamers are all expired, so good luck using that running toilet. The fax machine is also broken.
Always is. Does expired cream give you diarrhea? Is that what you're getting at with the good luck with the toilet?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
It is expired because the person who usually restocks the cream, I don't think they've been here for 2 years. And I used some of the cream this morning.
You did?
Yeah, and I don't know what that texture was. It was like porridge.
Like when you were in the bathroom?
No, when I was drinking. It was like a porridge.
Time for the 7 at 7. What's it gonna be today, Ryder and Lisa?
The top 7 paydays, or like the top 7 times you just come into money. As like gambling over the weekend. That's an exciting way to win money. And so we want it on the list somewhere.
If you win.
Yeah.
But you're right. Can you give one more example just so if people are just waking up, they can get their brains moving?
Okay. Well, why don't we just start with number 7?
Sure.
We have when you sell something online and it's not a hassle. That's a nice money to come into.
I've never had that happen to me. It's always a hassle.
Some of the conversations you have to have online are just the worst when you're selling something,
Can
right?
I get another angle? Can you send me another picture of that? I'll never forget when I tried to sell 6 chairs, and then when they showed up, they're like, "Where's the table?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And they're like, "Well, do we also get the table?" No. One of my favorites is when you forget that you got paid and you check your bank account.
Ooh, that's a good one.
It's a really good one.
The first paycheck after getting out of debt is what I have at number 6. I think this one really rings true for people with student loans. That first check that you get after you're done paying off your student loans.
I can't imagine the weight lifted. And I will say that because I never went to post-secondary. So
never got in.
Okay. I didn't even try.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a flex, though. I'm like trying to make that sound like a brag.
This one hasn't happened definitely around here in a long time, but Christmas bonus is what I have at number 5. The Christmas bonus, just because of the weight that comes with the cost of Christmas. Anything that can ease that.
I'm so done spending money at Christmas, though. I hate it.
Yeah, all of your family thanks you for taking such a bold stance and just not getting them anything anymore.
Just the nieces and nephews. So to my sisters, if you're listening right now, stop having kids.
I think we should just keep ripping through these. At number 4, we have found on the ground money. Nice $20 bill, especially if there's no way to tell whose money it is. It's your money, right? If you know whose it is, if you see it fall out, I would hope you do the right thing. But
I used to work with a girl, and we worked in a busy night bar. And at the end of the night...
a night bar.
Well, like a club.
Yeah, okay. I've just never heard it called a night bar
Me
before.
either. I'm embarrassed.
You're getting old.
I'm getting sold. But at the end of the night, when the lights would come on and we'd have to clean, she'd always go and check the ATM, and because people would get so drunk.
Right.
She'd find 20s, and I was like, wow.
That was at the discotheque, was it?
No, it was not at the discotheque. But I will say I tried to take over her side hustle.
Yeah.
And I tried to get to the ATM before her. Never could.
Never worked.
No.
Number 3 for the best surprise paydays is money won. Gambling, sports betting, casino, bets with friends, wagers, all that.
I went to Boston Pizza with just like a random group of people once, and one of them's like, I'm just going to go put a 20 in one of this VLTs.
Yeah.
All he did was hit one button, and he won $400.
Awesome.
Amazing.
You've been gambling ever since.
Yeah, I haven't won a dime.
Number 2 for the top 7 surprise paydays, we have birthday card money, especially from the grandparents. Even if it's $10, it just feels real good.
Even if it's a toonie.
Like, all I had to do for this is
live.
live. And number 1, which is coming up for a lot of us, and let's hope it's positive for you this year, is the tax return. I think it's just really easy to spend your tax return money in a fun way.
Yeah, if you're getting money and not owing.
Exactly.
Jen just wrote in saying lottery win money. A girl in my circle won over 30 million.
No.
What do you mean by in your circle? Like, are you close enough that she's like, here's a quick mill?
30 mil, like a friend winning that
friend?
would be a game changer.
For your friendship. Now you're best friends.
We'd go out for dinner and I'd definitely like get the gravy without thinking about how much it is.
And you would leave your wallet at home.
Yeah, exactly.
Lorelai says 3 paycheck month when you're paid bi-weekly.
Sure, I like that one too.
I love money.
A lot of people are pretty disgruntled with me. I included the Christmas bonus, the found on the ground money, birthday card money, tax return cash.
But you didn't include the number 1 answer on the board. Jerry D.
Pocket money.
Pocket money. Lindsay wrote in saying, I was getting rid of old winter jackets to donate. One was from over 10 years ago. I decided to go through the pockets. I found $100 in 20s that I took out on New Year's Eve back in 2009.
Imagine if you would have taken that $100 and put it into Bitcoin back then, and you would be filthy rich.
Yeah, you would be retired.
I always like to keep a little extra cash in my suit pocket, and then I just get excited every time I put a suit on.
That'll pay for the toonie bar that night at the wedding.
Exactly, yeah.
Riley wrote in saying, I was drunk scrolling Facebook. I bought a $5 50-50, forgot about it. Weeks later, I get this phone call saying that I won $6,000.
Unbelievable.
The drunken luck.
Yeah.
He then went on to say, I totally didn't remember. It took me days to figure out where I'd won it from. I thought it was a scam.
Just don't answer them.
One night I made $1,800 bring home.
Whoa.
Yeah. And my ex-husband was drinking, so I picked him up on my way home, told him how much I made. I was sitting at a red light. He got out of the car, did a snow angel in the middle of the intersection, and I went home.
He was pumped.
He was drinking.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, you know what? That could be on the list. The like surprise monster night when you're serving.
Yeah, like it was huge.
Tips are awesome. By far the best part of serving, right? You made a lot of money in tips over the years.
Yeah, I'm still the record holder for the most, I guess not necessarily most tips, because nobody like shares their amount of tips every day, but
right. I
had the highest ring out for a server in a section.
Whoa.
At my location, yeah.
Big money.
People still talk about it.
No, they don't. You do. That was at Hudson. Speaking of which, we actually have a pretty sweet prize up for grabs this morning. Free wings for a year.
Yep.
for you and a buddy. We're going to be hosting Wing Night and the Hot AF Wing Challenge this Wednesday night. So we hope you'll join us at Hudson's for that.
Yeah, we'll be at the White Ave location, so come down for that.
If you would like to win the free wings for a year, all you got to do is give us a call right now at 780-784-7107 and be our judge for the Clean Joke Off Food Edition. We are joined by Elise, caller 7, who is already won herself free wings for a year from Hudson's.
Yeah, and you still have a chance to win free wings for a year on our show tomorrow and Wednesday morning, so be listening for that. Okay, what happened after an explosion at a French cheese factory?
I don't know what happened after an explosion at the French cheese factory.
All that was left was debris.
Okay. Elise, did you hear about how they caught the Great Produce Bandit?
No, how did they?
He stopped to take a leak.
Okay, who won that round?
I gotta say, Lisa won that round only because I love brie. If not, I didn't work produce when I worked at Sobeys. So.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, round 2. Okay, this one you don't have to answer. It's just a sentence. Okay. My neighbor texted me, I just made synonym buns. And I texted back, you mean like grammar used to make?
Not bad. Okay, a man walks into a library and orders hot wings. The librarian says, sir, this is a library. He responds, oh, sorry, I'd like some hot wings.
Okay, who won that round?
I'm going to give that one to Ryan.
Yes.
Okay.
Going to round 3, the rubber match.
Here's one of my favorite jokes. It's kind of inappropriate, but I love it. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
I eat mop.
I eat mop poo.
Ew, you eat your poo?
No.
You're disgusting. Classic.
Okay, and my final one, Elise. Do you use your right hand to stir your coffee?
I do?
Huh, weird. I use a spoon.
Okay.
Okay, who wins round 3?
I gotta give that one to Ryder.
Yeah!
Yay, the champ!
Woo-hoo!
Congratulations, Elise. You've won free wings for a year. Thank you for being our judge for the Clean Joke Off.
Thank you.
We all know who the real winner is here, and it's you. That is a sweet prize.
Yeah, it is.
On Play 107.
You've noticed a trend that some people are doing when they have guests coming over, and you tried it out this weekend as we had a buddy in town from Calgary, and it went over real well.
Yeah, he couldn't believe it. He's like, people don't do stuff like this for other people. I was like, yeah, they do, because I stole the idea from someone else that did it for me. So if you are having a guest over at your house, you obviously make the spare room bed for them, make it cozy, clean it. But not only that, go next level with it and have a basket of goodies on the bed for them to enjoy. So I just got a basket from HomeSense. It was like $19, but you could also find really cute wire ones at Dollarama, like any dollar store, and you can put stuff in that as well. And that's also where you could get some goodies. Like that's where you can go and get a single water bottle for a decent price and some chocolate bars. So the contents of his in the wicker basket was a rolled up towel in case you needed to shower. Like not to keep. Like I think people are like smart enough, they know to not take that home with them.
Right.
So it's just like a really nice towel rolled up, a water bottle, a Gatorade, because I knew he was going to be going out that night, a bag of chips, chocolate bar, some almonds, beef jerky, just like cute little things that make them go, oh, wow, like I really do feel like I'm almost in a hotel or I feel really welcome.
And there was also a signed 8x10 glossy photo of me having a bubble bath in there as well. Just making them feel comfortable.
Nice personal touch there.
There is something to be said about that, especially like when you're staying in somebody else's house. Let's say you wake up in the middle of the night and you're really hungry, or you wake up before everybody else.
Yeah, and you're awkward, so you're like, I don't want to go and like be loud in the kitchen.
Right. And you also don't feel very comfortable rooting through people's kitchen, maybe. Like, it depends how good of friends they are.
Right.
But this gives your guests an opportunity to feel comfortable in their room and not even have to leave if they, power the almonds back, have a sip of Gatorade, and go back to sleep for an hour.
No, exactly. And that's something that I've had people do for me in the past, and I just thought it was so sweet. So as soon as I implemented it, I couldn't believe how thankful he was. And they do truly notice things like that. He couldn't let it go. He's like on the phone with his fiance saying like, I've never felt more welcome in someone's home before. I can't get over this basket thing because I refilled it the second night.
Right.
He ended up staying an extra night.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, cool. Like I just stopped at the corner store and grabbed some new treats. Like I refreshed it. I freshened it up.
This is also like if you're going to Costco, you can just get like a box of the mini chips or any grocery store.
Yeah.
And just like have yourself prepared to restock, especially if you have a lot of guests. Surprisingly, I think most when they find out that I'm the one that's into really trashy like reality TV and you want nothing to do with it.
Yeah, like I got a Hulu account, but I don't use it. My mom uses it. All my girlfriends use it. And Ryder uses it.
I love it.
Yeah.
And like the more drama, like unneeded drama, the better.
No, I don't care for it. I've tried to watch Below Deck. I've tried to watch all of the Real Housewives. I've tried the Kardashians. I've tried Bachelor, Bachelorette, Millionaire Joe, or whatever. I don't care enough. I don't.
I'm really into Love is Blind right now.
Okay, I will say that one is intriguing me. I've seen a lot of TikTok videos about it, and I'm like, okay, I need to invest in this one.
Especially the one couple that's just arguing all the time. I hate them and I love them just as much.
The sweaty guy and the girl with the greasy hair. I've seen them on TikTok.
Yeah. Just the last scene I watched was them trying a wedding cake. And I was like, I can't wait until they find a reason to fight over this wedding cake. And then sure enough, like just the best argument ever.
So if you don't know what Love is Blind is about, basically people will just talk to somebody through a wall. They don't get to see what they look like. And if they fall in love, they propose and then they meet each other and then they organize a wedding. It's this whole thing. They meet each other's parents, but they've only known each other for 2 weeks.
Sure. And we don't want to give any like significant spoilers if you're watching, but more couples than you would think actually go through with the engagement and then not as many with the actual wedding. That's what happened in season 1 anyway. I just found out, though, that there are other couples that were in the pods that got engaged that they just don't give any TV time to.
I don't know if I believe that. Why would they do that?
The guy with the salt and pepper who talked about like how he's lacked confidence for most of his adult life because of how early he went gray.
Oh, okay.
He got engaged, apparently.
But he's not on the show at all.
They don't give him any TV time.
They didn't even show that he got engaged.
Right.
That's awful.
My guess is the producers were just like, we got to cut something. Is it going to be a couple of the couple fighting in the wedding cake scene? Or
is
do
it
we
salt
just
and pepper hair guy?
Do we
over here?
eliminate this couple from existence?
Yeah, they got rid of the Wish version of George Clooney.
Yeah.
Which is really sad because imagine doing an experiment like that and people are like, wow, you're on this show. It's on Netflix. I can watch it. You don't have any screen time. They cut you off after you said you were insecure.
Yeah.
That sucks.
It would be really hard, in my opinion, to stomach that I was that uninteresting. I went through with an engagement in a pod and they're like, no, not you.
No.
Ryder and Lisa.
Brought to you by Southtown Hyundai.
Play 107.